couple offensive players mentioned that there's something that feels different about the defense this spring. Does it feel different to you out there?
Oh yeah, it does feel different. A lot more energy, a lot more leadership. You know, that's something I've been trying to do myself, along with a bunch of other guys on the team. We need every team, good team needs leaders, and so you know, it actually needs somebody to embrace that role. And I feel like that we have a lot of guys on the team that's trying to be leaders and trying to embrace that role. And there's a lot of energy. And there's no coming out there. Spring practice is all spring practice. I'm excited, you know. So that's something that's a spring that I haven't had since I've been here. So it's been a lot of energy, and I'm real excited about it.
How much did the bowl win, the way you guys played on defense, how much did that help the energy level with a confidence standpoint heading into spring?
I think it showed that we know what we got going in next year. We got a lot of veteran guys on the D line, a lot of young guys coming up. So I mean, I think it's going to springboard us into next season, and I can't wait to have a quiet, good off season. You know, we're going to be the underdog for pretty much a lot of our games, and that's what I'm looking forward to, so we can prove the world wrong.
Carl, for you specifically, what are your goals just for this spring? Is there something that you've already kind of set out? This is what I want to make sure I get done. You're kind of heading into the summer.
Allow everybody on the front to get better. For me, hand placement, grasping of the new defense, getting off the ball, becoming bigger, faster, stronger. A lot of things. So you know, just trying to get my body back right. So that's my goals for spring.
Carl, is your D-line group this spring, maybe the deepest you've seen in a while, especially in your Auburn career? It just seems like there's a bunch of guys that can play right away.
Oh yeah, I mean it's love. Every spring that I've been here, we've been short on D linemen. So I mean I've been tired, but this spring I haven't been really tired. So that's a good thing.
Carl,
Going back a couple of months, Carl, just go through the thought process you were considering the draft. What went into the decision-making process there?
Need to get better as a football player. That's pretty much it. I got a lot to prove. I mean, a lot to prove to myself. Nobody else, but I mean, I still have a lot of stuff that I want to accomplish. You know, and that's pretty much it. Just need to become a better football player.
How does it feel to be looked at as someone going forward to the future, someone who's being looked at in pretty high regard? Both Ole Miss offensive tackles say you were the toughest guy they went against.
I appreciate the compliment, but I mean, I still need to get better.
Carl, was it tough for you personally when Peyton decided to go to the NFL early? You guys have been together a long, long time.
Yeah, that's my best friend. I was in my new apartment, and I was like Peyton. And I was like, whoa, he's gone. So I was like, I mean, that's been hard, but I mean, I'm so excited for him, and I know, and I've been sending prayers for him every day, and I just can't wait to see what he's gonna do. So I mean, it's a hard transition, but you know, Auburn's a family, and they're gonna keep me comforted. But I do miss Peyton.
Carl, I know defensively y'all had troubles rushing the passer when you were hurt. How do you feel like the other guys, the pass rushers behind you or opposite you, are coming along this spring?
We're all trying to get better each and every day as a unit, D-line unit, pass rush, run, trying to get better.
When you see a guy, we've heard some things about Devereaux, and we saw kind of him come on in the bowl game. What's different about him since, I guess, late in the season last year, this spring there? What have you seen out of him?
Everybody's getting more comfortable. You know, he's a great athlete, and Coach G recruits, you know, gifted D linemen. So we all just got to get better.
Carl, what's your impression now that you've been able to be out there up there at French Tag and what you see out of him initially?
Very raw, but you know, a lot of us come in like that. He had to sit out because he had an injury, but he's it's good to get a spring underneath your belt, and then he could after this he can springboard that into camp. So that'd be fun to watch.
You had an insurance policy last year.
Yes, yeah, something like that.
Do you know if you have one next year as well? Did they increase that?
I don't know any details about any of that.
I don't think we talked to you since, I mean, it's been a long time since we talked to you like this. When you had the injury in the Louisville game, did you think it was a serious situation at the time?
No, I didn't know what happened. It was like the fifth play, and I got pulled down, and I heard something crack, and I was like, "What is that?" And I was trying to figure out what it was, and I'm just adrenaline was going, so I'm just gipping around there on the field. So I didn't know what happened until they told me.
So if a crack wasn't, if you hear a crack and that's not something that worried you, what's something that actually would?
I mean, I had sat out for a whole year. I wasn't coming out until I couldn't play no more. So, I really, really wanted to play. But I was like, hey, just keep going. Turn to.
Did you ever, even into the bowl game, did you ever feel like you were back to your old self last year?
No, because after sitting out, I was on crutches for about a month to crack. I ended up cracking my hip and it healed. It could have been serious, but it didn't end up being serious. But it was. I was tired pretty much all last season because sitting out for that long, and then it's not actually being active. I was on crutches for about a month. I could barely the muscles in my hip were really tight. So it sucked. But I just wanted to come back and play for my team.
Yeah.
So I was healthy enough to come back and play, but I never felt 100%. But actually, 2 weeks after the bowl game, I was starting to feel like myself. So that felt good.
The winter conditioning for you when you're out there and you're full go. I mean, I know it's not fun, but for you, was it exciting to go? Hey, I'm back and feeling good again.
I was always excited. Every chance since I hurt my knee, every chance that I get to play with my teammates is an exciting experience. So you just got to take the most of what you're given.
How's Dontavius Russell coming along now that he's got a full season playing under
Dontavius is coming along good, but like I said many times before, we all, myself, Mon, Devereaux, Dontavius, Swain, the young guys that we got, Jeff, Byron, we all need to get better as a unit, feet and hands. We want to become a good D-line, and then progressing on from there. But we got a lot of stuff we need to clean up. But I will say this: I love the energy that we have in spring practice. It's fun. So that's something that I haven't had since I've been here. So I hope it carries over into next season. But that's what I really like about this spring.
What makes it different this spring is I think Austin Bowles was even saying, that it doesn't feel like you guys even want to go on spring break. You love to continue practicing.
I won't say that. It's just fun. You're not going out there like, oh, we got to practice. You can tell some guys have that certain attitude, but it's like you can't wait to go out there and possibly make a play. And I like Coach Steele's coaching style. So he's making us put in effort without having to do all the screaming and stuff. And then when we got that, I honestly feel like it makes us want to compete. So and then I feel like another thing carrying over is in our off-season drills, we had pretty much a lot of guys who were competing in the morning workout. So I think that carried over. That definitely translates into a spring. So everybody just wants to go out there and compete. So
For a lot of players who played for Coach Steele before, refer to him as a player's coach. You just alluded to how he makes demands of you without all the over-the-top vocalization, at least. But what does it mean to be a player's coach in your opinion?
I wouldn't say he's a player's coach, but he gets the point across without fussing at you, and then you act. Everybody responds well to it. So the way he's been coaching, people responded well to it, and I have too. So can't really elaborate on that, but I hope I answered your question.
You talked about leadership, something you're focused on. How much of a point of emphasis is that for you and for the older guys this spring?
As you can see, all good teams have leadership. So that's what you need. It's a main focus for me trying to become a leader, especially in my redshirt junior season, and the other guys. So the more leaders you have, the more champions you have, and the better team you have. So.
But Byron's guy that came in, kind of like you, had a lot of expectations kind of based upon him by out there. What's kind of been your biggest fight to him since the end of last season to now?
Stop stepping. He just everybody on the D-line needs to get better.